get a big one?
No.
Is it mine?
You don't get a big one.
I want one that's for 20.
I dropped it through your dice tower.
Huh?
So I dropped it through your dice tower, your inspiration. So it's on
Your inspiration tumbled.
What did I get? Did I get any inspiration last time?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
I want to give this to
You went
myself
over
because
the whole
it's my
time, but
birthday.
that wrinkle's still in there pretty hard.
Can I give this to myself because it's my birthday?
No,
I guess it doesn't.
you know that's not how inspiration works. You've known that since day one that is not how inspiration works.
I gave it to Tim a couple times.
Huh?
Okay, how did that work?
Hey, Steven, do you ever got inspiration last time?
No.
I don't.
I don't recall that you got it.
Okay.
We normally write it down.
So are we live?
Yes, we're alive.
We're alive.
Welcome back to another session of Rage of Demons Out of the Abyss. When last we left, our trepidant group of murder hobos / adventurers / ne'er-do-wells / damn it you drow
Are we still with that one drow guy?
had finally made it to a refuge. The last refuge they made it to wasn't much of a refuge. It was destroyed. So they finally have made it to civilization. And as soon as they make it to civilization, they realize there are people here who want to capture them, kill them, or feed them to horrible things.
Par for the course.
Yes, safety is a gilded cage. At times. At times. And we will begin the session by giving out inspiration. Stephen.
We did a lot of good things against the fire giant.
Fire demon.
Luke.
And you showed that wall who's boss.
Oh no.
Yeah, that wall
My
never
weapons
knew.
are still in there.
No,
That wall never knew what hit it, but
My
yeah.
hand examiner.
Yes.
You did pretty good in doing what you were doing, and damage or no damage, you still.
No, no, he did damage.
Yeah, damage or no damage, because, you know, one thing missed, which is why he showed that wall who was boss. He still provided one hell of a little.
Make a mistake from inspiration this session.
I have not inspiration.
I would not abstain then.
I'll give it to you because you guard our rooms.
Happy birthday.
Now I can tell you the real thing.
Now I have 10 inspiration.
Yeah, now I can tell you the real thing. Happy birthday from the entire table.
Wow.
Oh, and happy birthday from Indiana.
Wow, I got 15 inspiration.
What if you spend it all in one place? Actually, maybe you should spend it all in one place.
Take note, it's not very often that you hit the 10 mark.
Sure, 15.
Hintity, hint.
Hintity, hint. This DM has a special rule for a 10 mark.
Oh yeah.
Hintity, hint.
Is there feats in Xanathars?
Yes. There are specific type limits.
Yeah, a lot of the ones in Xanathars are like race specific. There's a couple.
Oh, and I don't limit anyone to anyone to prodigy. So you can be any race you want and pick up the feat prodigy, which gives you expertise, which gives you double proficiency in the skill of your choice. So
Choose wisely, because you can only do this once.
thank you, Coco.
It is
Okay.
It's dangerous.
Question.
Yeah.
I took prodigy.
Oh, you already had it.
No, I get the double from corruption.
Generally, two instances don't stack.
No.
We have to look at it.
I believe.
It says in the rules you can't. They can't. Like for instance, expertise and favorite terrain do not stack.
Right.
So,
So here's the thing, right?
This in a class feature probably wouldn't stack.
Yeah, I
Here's
believe
a really cool thing.
You can use corruption to go off of your intelligence instead. I think that'd be really broken though.
But no. Corruption does your stat or your proficiency.
Yeah, it just would be really broken. Alex, if I might make a suggestion.
We're already borderline with our army of undead. Our ever-growing army of undead.
Oh, please, forget about them doing awesome.
I'm going to put it this way: is the number that's currently tabled is probably actually where that curve is going to hit, and I'll slowly be building for tank.
Who, you?
We have plenty of skeletons. And now we need George.
I need the skeleton.
Alex, if I could make a suggestion to you,
That's not.
great weapon master. Agreed? Tables for Alex, good feet, great weapon master.
It is very useful. It is the cleave.
On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with one, you can make one melee attack as a bonus action. Before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon that you are proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you add +5 to the attack's damage. It's that first one that allows you to use a bonus attack to get an extra attack.
Oh, yes.
That's a really potent feat, and
Especially when you're a barbarian and can at will give yourself advantage.
I kind of love my strength max.
okay. What's your strength now?
18. Okay.
You can choose to.
You can get the feet and increase that to 19, and next time I'll do one.
Which we are almost at. I like a lot.
Yeah. You can do a +1 to 2 things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so great weapon master. And make sure you write that on your sheet, or you don't have it. And increase your strength to a 19.
So I'm still level 6.
Yes.
Well, I'm level 20, but that's.
We can be up to like level 28.
Well, yeah, I have to give up my 15 die.
I'm just looking at this thing, and it's like, there is no route for me to send you guys to Neverblight now. It just doesn't exist.
Really?
The routes are
Story-based reasons,
story-based reasons. And
which can be manipulated later.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I wanted school. I wanted you guys to go fuck up shit. You know, because I know how much you guys hate fucking up shit, right? Right, Drew? You guys don't enjoy
The
combat.
day
right?
is still young here. We're in a city.
No.
Racists.
You're only saying that because you're a Keku.
I know, it's a part of our people.
You've been spending too much time around the wrong people.
I know. Fucking dog-nerds.
Okay, well, at least we kept that from going political. I'm happy with this moment right here.
You are crunched. Probably taste good barbecue sauce.
Catch up.
No.
I am a carrion bird. Excuse me. I will not.
Thus
taste
the
it.
barbecue sauce.
That's a lot of barbecue
I
sauce.
suppose.
You might as well just drink the bottle.
So,
Face even better.
you guys have, so you are no longer, under arrest because, well, shit, we don't want to fuck with that. Entire raid party right there with skeletons in it.
The skeletons are back in the,
Oh, they in the end?
yeah, they're in the end.
Right. So we don't want to deal with Barbarian of Doom.
Don't want to deal with the things that
Kill hates balls.
Who hates balls. Oh my god. This, you are now known as the Dwarven Abomination.
They were probably scared as fuck because they saw this little
Teaching
tiny
them.
goblin.
No, Dwarven
stab him.
Abomination because he destroys stonework.
Ah. Oh, that's what it does. Is there an alchemist here?
Yeah.
No, we left him in Skyrim.
Your,
Constantly getting busy with that one.
Things I don't know. Something I do know.
It was mentioned.
No, not the thing I'm referencing. Moving on.
He had a basket.
I don't know what we're talking about.
I think we could have fought Demogorgon.
And his name is John.
You think we could have fought Demogorgon? Let me remind you of what I'm supposed to say to you if you decide to fight it.
Part 2.
No, we didn't probably get you by your part two.
Uh,
Because we.
He has a plus 17 to hit and does 35 damage, average.
That's it?
Maybe you guys should be able to get a chance to do my part 2.
That's a.
The 100 years later.
All of us someday.
Actually, I have 450,000 hit points. So.
My dragonborn
Really?
lair.
Just a
My
crit,
dragonborn
which
daylight lair.
automatically
Shocking people to death in the name
You
of
can't do
boss.
that. Even 35 damage double, so that's not.
Hey, you die of a disease.
When we start playing Oregon Trail.
Yes.
Fucking dysentery.
Even when you're a doctor, you can't stop that shit.
My grandpa shot his
That's kind of the point of dysentery. That's kind of what it does.
Nothing can stop it. It's dysentery.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, Demogorgon get dysentery?
no.
I choose the hand.
He's
Does he have a layer?
Huh?
He has a layer.
I don't have to
Yeah,
tell
it's
you
called
that.
your home.
It's called inside your head.
Say,
That's
is
gonna be a bad day.
the Demogorgon's lair basically hell or something like that?
No. You're not that lucky.
It's the abyss.
You're not that lucky.
What?
It's a sex dungeon.
You are
You're not that lucky.
You are that lucky. Or you're about to be.
Well, it depends
So
on
you're gonna be just like
what's
him?
going on in
He's
here.
got 4 arms to help you out.
Or
Alright,
tentacles.
And all the tentacles.
The demon word of madness. Take your pick, guys.
Is that
So, now that we can actually move on to things. So you guys are making your way through the city.
making our way downtown.
walking slow, watching our backs?
Looking for something
We
to
don't
take
die
stones
yet.
in.
A long tunnel opens in the South Borough District, extending several hundred feet into the home of the stone giants of Clan Cairngorm.
Stone giants.
Yep.
We have to fight stone giants.
The tribe is named after the ancient oath of fealty their ancestors swore to the bearers of the Cairngorm crown, the traditional regalia of the Deep Kingdom monarchs. As you guys are, moving along toward this area, there is a stone giant standing out there.
Is he big?
He's a giant, yes.
Is he huge or is he giant?
You're talking in mechanical terms when we're talking about role-playing. Stop it.
Gargantuan.
That thing is twice as tall as him.
I was gonna say, wasn't a pinky like almost the size of a human?
Oh, for the love of God, man. Let me narrate.
That means
Can I? He greets you. It's strange to see a group of travelers here. Now. The session's over. I can't. I can't do this. I can't even. I can't odd. Thank you, Mr. Piccolo. Die, Mr. Piccolo. Don't die, just die.
I'll always have you come.
Why do we search for the giants again?
You did. It's a cutscene. You've been wandering around town, collecting intel and information, and you've come across the South Borough District. And there is a big honking giant standing at the entrance to what is called Cairngorm Cavern.
Actually, ready. Oh, okay. That was good. This should happen a lot.
I blame you, Tori. Going on record.
Blame her, she's an idiot.
I'm aware she's amazing, and we're still blaming her. She's not here, that's why we have to blame her, to include her.
Ah, makes sense. By the same man, by that same logic.
I almost
doesn't
left
mean
a
you
note.
didn't blame her.
Nick, I almost
Yes.
left a note on her.
Everything.
Thinking about her leaving her heart North Dakota. I was like, I told you to stay away from the cultists.
Her parents might not have understood.
She was found entertaining her in her first row.
Been like, wait, what? No.
I told you to start running when they start saying, call me mom.
Oh, I like it. Thank you.
Not a battle stand with them.
I plan on actually painting up the
I
brigadier.
hope so.
We should Steven. That took a considerable amount of modding.
Yes.
I helped it. I remember, I helped with that one.
Is this a
Wait,
space
you
marine?
that? Nope. That is a paladin, elf paladin with a cultist glove and the original skeleton hand and banner from like first edition skeletons in fantasy.
Okay.
In Warhammer Fantasy.
Back when they were actually skeletons and not two kings.
Well, do you still have the skeletons from the undead lords? The Von Karsteins.
Anyway,
Yes.
strange to see
What was this place called? Sorry.
CAIRN
A-I-R-N.
GORM
G-O-R-N. That's a district or?
Caverns. Caverns is the name of the place. This is located in the Southborough district, I believe so. He introduces himself as Stone Speaker. His name is Haggard. H-G-R-A-A-M.
It's an actual living thing. I thought it was like a stone that's talking.
No,
Actually,
Stone Speaker is a title for the leader of the Giants.
The Grim Stone Speaker?
He is, Stone Speaker is his title, the Grim is his name. He just seems to skip right past pleasantries and go into strange to see travelers here, especially such a big party. You not from the Dreamlands, are you? Anyone with any information on giants like you, Drew, should roll. You are familiar. They have had a long-standing agreement with the Dwerger, which would make it Underdark knowledge. So I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Stephen, do you have the same thing? I believe.
I should have.
Because I am from the surface, I would
What should I be
know.
rolling?
A D20.
Knowledge?
Knowledge.
Or straight intelligence.
There's 17.
There isn't a knowledge for giants. It's just straight intelligence for you, Drew.
Oh.
But you have advantage because you're giant.
Oh. 16.
Why aren't you using my
Because I was going to use that.
I feel insulted.
See, though,
He's
what
saving
I'm-
it for
Don't
combat.
insult the day.
Yeah, saving it for combat.
Yeah, because I don't want to use all the 20s.
Roll again.
He wants to use all his high rolls on these checks.
So we're with 16.
Cool. The dreamlands are what giants who end up living in the Underdark refer to as the surface world.
Because they wish they
No. Just I've heard a great many things about the paths to the surface world, but never had an opportunity to go there myself. Wherever you go, whatever you do, remember this. Something evil stirs in the Underdark. The rock itself cries in pain and horror, and a madness creeps from the blackest depths. They heed the signs surrounding you, a cave with two faces, rock devoured and the land overgrown. The pebble believes itself flesh. The earth projects its wards, and the tunnels shake in fury. By these portents you shall know of evil's presence and of evil's face. This is what the stones tell me. Also, I must regretfully express my gratitude and thanks. My gratitude and my sorrow for what you have all had to partake in. I'm sorry that you had to put down one of our brethren, but I feared he was no longer himself to begin with.
He seemed crazed and out of his mind.
Such are the normal afflictions that seem to be becoming more prevalent. Just a warning then. Take care.
Can I roll persuasion to see if he will come with us and help?
No.
No.
I mean, you can try, but it's going to fail.
Fair.
This is why you need a bard.
It doesn't matter if you're a bard. You still fail this roll.
DC 50
You do that not possible roll.
minimum.
I don't care if using the hack and build it's not possible. No way.
Minimum DC 50.
Wished.
It fails because the phase rest interferes.
Just warning of impending doom.
Yes, pretty much. And as you,
Believe me, we already have a Qui-Gon, but that
it would seem to me that continuing down this pathway though would not be prudent for all of you, as this is where the giants make their home here. They are territorial and aggressive at times, especially for people that are of less size than them.
Everybody knows the other stuff.
We got a potion.
We do.
As you would all be, I'm guessing you guys are all going to make on your merry way and leave though.
Probably.
As you go to do that, stops. He says, "Giant King, a moment."
Okay, I stop and talk with him.
He calls for someone named Dorkin.
Dory?
Dorkin.
Dory.
They arrive bearing a polished crystal the length of a human forearm.
What is this for? I asked.
This might be useful in the future. It would be wise for you to take care of it. Keep it on you. You are giant kin, and you have proven yourself worthy with the recent dealing of our brother. This is what is known as stone speak with crystal, and will allow communication.
Stone speaker crystal?
Yes.
Okay. How many uses does it have?
It does not. It is not limited by the amount of uses.
How do I use it? Or do I roll for that, I guess?
Well, I'm pulling up the magical item right now. How many did you? Oh, it does have a similarity use, but created by the stone giant librarians of Grave and Hollow, the 19-inch long shard of quartz grants you advantage on intelligence checks while it is in your person. The crystal has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to spend some of its charges to cast one of the following spells on it. Speak to animals, 2 charges. Speak with dead, 4 charges. or speak with plants. 3 charges. When you cast divination, cast a divination spell, you can use the crystal in place of 1 material component that would normally be consumed by the spell at a cost of 1 charge per level. The crystal is not consumed when used in this way. The crystal regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the crystal's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the crystal vanishes, lost forever.
Yeah, 3 items like that.
Wait, what's, I know the bag of tricks,
The bag, the wand.
the wand, that's right.
I think
They're all
the
in
giant
so
Goliath's
many magic
possession.
Huh?
I think the giant den shakes.
Oh, you shake this.
Yeah, I'm okay with
As he rips it off.
No,
I bet he chuckles. He's like,
Can you imagine the size of his hand now? It's probably way big. Not that his, but like,
it. But like pretty much anyone else's in the party, yeah.
it would have shook your arm.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, stop, I need it.
Holy shit, I just realized him looking down at his pinky is probably like me looking down at my pinky.
well, I'm going to look at the alchemist.
Okay.
I am the alchemist, goddammit.
You have nothing of poison extraction. He actually is artisan and she'll have it. Well, he doesn't have an alchemist table that he brings around with him.
I have an alchemist kid.
He has a kid, he doesn't have tools.
He doesn't get all those nice bonuses.
Nope.
Which is why I'm going to the NPC.
Do I still have exhaustion 1 and madness 1?
No, madness.
And exhaustion.
And Sparta.
Actually,
I choose to have.
it would be
madness
exhaustion
12.
too.
You choose to have madness 12. Okay, Alex wants 4 indefinite madnesses, guys. We're gonna roll for
Happy birthday.
them. Let's roll.
It's time to put the demon down.
What is it? It's a joke too.
It's nothing but
Okay.
Did I get 1?
There you go. There's like 10 of different ones.
Okay. So 33% of all madnesses?
Yeah, 33% of all the madnesses.
Holy 30. Could get the same one every time.
I re-roll. What's the point of you getting the same one? Be increasing its severity so you have to retire?
I have plenty of copper to 80 copper. Oh.
Thus started the tale of the lone tiefling who wouldn't talk to anyone because he was certain they were all planning to eat his brains.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. They're all zombies.
No, they're all mine.
They're all mind flayer zombies.
Oh god.
I don't want to play this game anymore. I changed my mind.
When mind players get involved, it's scary.
Are we gonna find Brits?
No.
He finds you. If he wants to.
No.
If he deems you
Found,
worthy.
unless he wants to be found.
So what are you guys gonna do today?
I'm gonna
I'm
go.
going to ask the alchemist if he knows somebody who can extract poisons.
From what?
His glance. They weren't using them anymore.
No. No, I do not.
Is he turning invisible?
No, I do not. 2.0.
There you go. There's no way.
Yeah! He's lying.
24.
He's lying. I don't know anybody who does that.
Don't lie to me. This is the underdog. There's always somebody who knows how to do with poison.
I don't know any of them though.
Persuasion.
about for 15 gold? Do you know somebody?
I do not know anybody.
Holy shit.
You look scared and not of you.
Then not of you. His boss is behind him.
No, I'm being followed by invisible people still.
I don't know anyone who does that. I don't have anything to do with that line of business. You should take your questions and inquiries somewhere else. Now, make me a perception check.
Holy shit.
For the lone god, top deck this shit, dude. That's top.
Oh yeah, it's quite.
You. Oh,
That's calm.
That is.
Steven, be careful with how you're hitting things. You're pushing the boards into my legs.
Oh.
Careful.
Like right into that soft spot of my knee. You don't see anyone.
Perception here.
It's all perception.
You can't keep rolling different perceptions to try and get a result.
Perception here.
We've tried that so many times in our younger years. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm gonna hear now.
No, that's not how it. Because you can get away with that. I'm gonna make a spot check. If you don't see anything, I'm gonna make a listen check. Yeah.
They aren't moving.
They're breathing.
No.
These don't breathe.
They don't breathe.
Do they shuffle?
I'm gonna make it shake and see if I can smell.
Nope. You don't see them, but that you know that doesn't mean they're not there. You are an Underdark dweller. You spent a lot of time down here. You know the city. You know the Dwerger like to hide themselves with invisibility. And after the giant encounter, you guys know they like to pop out of nowhere while watching. What are you doing, Steve?
We try and use a tail, but I don't know where he is exactly. Only we had somebody with true sight.
Do you need to see a target to use a stone of detect thoughts?
Generally, at least my experience, all spells are line of sight,
Because
but you can't.
sometimes it says choose a target.
But you have to actually know
it's
that
there.
the target is there and where it is.
They're like completely.
You can't just be like, I cast magic
that.
missile into the darkness. To try and-
Because I know
You
there's
have to
someone
make
there,
it
and the
so.
magic missile will do the work for me. Yeah, people have been trying that.
That has been tried since first edition.
Spraying against the magic missile, there's nothing there.
On any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. Yeah, they were like really particular in their wording for fifth.
Only a half fairy. That would probably.
I was gonna say, I'm
That
just
would
casting
probably-
it on myself.
You do.
And because of the way it's
Hey, you want to see a neat trick?
I just want to see their body.
So, I'm not even sure you guys.
Yes, you're a draft.
Yes, that is.
It's a racial.
Yeah.
Dancing
with
lights
lights.
and
You have very fire.
No, I can cast it.
dancing lights is racial. That's the only one I have that actually says racial provider.
Because I don't think you get fairy fire until you're like level 3. So you wouldn't have got it.
Level 6.
Yeah, I know, but you started the character at level 2, so.
Okay, that's why I didn't have it written down.
Isn't our Sky Elf friend the one who had it?
No, our other.
She has a
Val.
spell.
So hey, why would you use crystals to talk to the undead?
Because Nick.
Third level, you get fairy fire. Fifth level, you have darkness.
So those are spell-like abilities, so you can use them once and then
I
you can't use them again.
have Hellish.
So you do a long rest.
And charisma is your spellcasting. For those
That's
spells.
if somebody has to make a save. But you use charisma.
Yes, I guess we'd be the only one with the check.
I think you actually get to try and dodge it from the.
Oh yeah, right. Fairy fire.
I mean, you can ask me, I guess.
Hey, you want to show them this neat trick that you just found out you have?
Okay.
Okay, if anyone else wanted to do anything, it's
It's a 16.
We're doing a magic show.
I would like to roll performance for dancing. The skeletons and I begin to do the Michael Jackson
What's a Michael Jackson?
Thriller.
What's a thriller?
Natural 20 on my performance.
Amazing.
And while I'm dancing, I cast Fairy Fire.
On where?
Me.
So if there's anyone standing within 20-foot radius of you who's invisible, they're not invisible anymore.
Correct.
They probably know what you just.
I'm not liking this.
I don't know. They also
What's that?
they also rolled a nat 20.
So they're not.
And I'm like, fuck!
Corruption.
Nick, roll me a con save for dying.
This is amazing when I make the ground dark. Everything will get letters.
Oh my.
So there's someone invisible around me. Can I just like hold my glaive out at arm's length and spin in a circle?
If you want to piss off all the guards because you
Yeah, I
attacked
was gonna say that's dangerous.
Oh, so those are guards that are invisible.
Yeah.
They could be anyone.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
guards have been known to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, I'm just dancing. I look like I'm putting on a show. Natural 20.
I think that guy needs to, both of them need to be rolled for, to be transfixed by this dance.
No. They do not. This is not second ed. Go fuck yourself.
Well, what I was thinking is, could he possibly get money for dancing since he rolled
Oh,
that?
yeah, no, he certainly
That's
can.
how our bard got money in the last
I was getting there until someone mentioned it, and I decided not to do it anymore.
Well, I guess I just need to quit asking questions then.
I'm kidding, dude.
I know. I'm
However, everyone make me a perception check.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, that's right.
Alex,
Where's my dice? Okay. That is a 7.
we talked about that.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh! This doesn't
Well,
count as
technically
the
it's right. Wait, no, wisdom doesn't have that.
My die ended up back here. It was 17 plus my
I got
4, so 21.
Wait, what are you?
under.
I got a
Anyone? I don't believe it.
17 plus 5.
Your math is wrong. I'm kidding, dude.
That was minus.
Yeah, minus. That's a minus.
You get imposed disadvantage because you're a typhoon.
You can't see straight. Weird.
You can only see game.
Anybody else break a 20?
No, I don't know.
There is totally a female drow watching you.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
She's on fire!
She's not. You didn't catch her. And And the fairy fire, she's just, watching.
So she's there just standing there watching him light himself
Ground.
on fire.
It's not, no. Fairy fire is visual fire, it's not actual fire.
Yeah, but it actually shows fire, doesn't it?
It shows colors. It's like colors.
It outlines.
Okay. See, I thought it still looked like fire, it just didn't hurt people. So I was like, so you look like you're burning and you're just dancing away and stuff. Like I said, that actually sounds kind of fun.
She just got this frown.
So he's not a drow.
Only insight.
I saw it too. Can I roll inside?
I suppose.
Nope, 24.
I know nothing. I just see her.
John's.
24?
Just you get this feeling like she wants to do something, but she's not going to choose now to do it.
Is that
Nothing.
Yes, is it?
Game's fun.
Now you can't do it.
It is not a sexual thing.
Okay.
Does she is it threatening?
But could it be?
Could it?
Then never mind.
Alright.
Do not her type, your male.
Hey, wait, is there like a
It's a
spell?
shame because I am a man of bones.
Roll for your perception again, Nick. Only Nick.
And that.
And no.
Only Nick.
Yeah, it's cool.
12.
That's that mistress.
Ah.
Yeah, that'd be why she's staring.
Oh.
Wait.
I'd be happy to kill. I'd be happy to pull my raven
Yeah,
out of the ethereal plane
yeah.
and first have it fly up to her, not land on her.
Yeah.
But appear behind her as he flies by, saying deep speech, "May the demons enjoy you as thy darkness."
You didn't know, and I had that
Crap.
for like 26.
Okay.
When he does darkness.
It's just a spooky bird that appeared out of nowhere and started speaking deep speech and darkness.
I understand what you're doing. You're creating a distraction so you can leave under literal cover of darkness. Yep, I know. I get it. If you were trying to do something offensive here, I'd be like, nope, bad idea.
I know it's a bad idea. That's why.
You hear that, murder hobos?
Yeah.
Start shit in the middle of town is a bad idea.
I also
That's why you wait for
trying to
night.
reach out to the guys who are standing next to me, which are probably my
It's still a murder.
Kenku friend and quite possibly
I murder for hire. Murder
and
hobo for
those who
hire.
lead an area in which I know has been undercover. That is a 19.
What's up?
Yes.
Plus, I'm going to say maybe insight for an
Okay.
area which would be undercover from which you could not see.
Yep, unless she's a warlock, she can't see through that.
Yep, and that's a 23 to get to a safe location.
Oh my goodness.
She's a warlock.
Oh my goodness, what was that?
Wait, so how far is the darkness? Am I in case?
As I talk to Alchemist to you,
Everyone
I'm
is
sorry.
surrounded by darkness.
And everyone is basically grabbed by his head and said, come this way now.
Can I drop?
We're leaving.
Oh wait, I can only use this 3 times a day.
You don't want something. You don't
Don't
want.
attack him.
You don't want.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna attack. Or they're just gonna like drop it and just have the animal stand there, so it looks like one of us turned into the animal. Or we all combine it and one turn into the animal. Come on, that guy, there he is. All the darkness gone. What the fuck? How did a goose get here?
Roll it.
Okay. Oh no, a 1, which is a yellow weasel.
Perfect, man. That's perfect.
Oh,
I get you. Miss safe.
What a fucking wonderful show. Lady,
dude, actually, yeah.
darkness,
And then
weasel.
Darkness manages the entire group.
Now that,
Oh, God.
now if that is not a birthday party, I don't know what it is. We don't need no stinking clowns.
I can just imagine one guy in the back just not realizing what the hell just happened. He's like,
And necromancer doing a thriller in the middle of it. In the middle
Then fairy fire, then darkness, then weasel.
of
I whispered to that Duragar while all this insanity is happening.
And there
The
were-
alchemist
No.
would be like, come to the hotel by the undead.
I want to get a little. I want to get a little gift of Zenith now. Dancing, and he lights up, and then
Oh god.
the darkness fades, and it's a weasel.
You're gonna totally make that a
Weasel is doing the
I would
throw.
love to.
And the weasel is sitting there with his paws up doing the throw.
That'd be great.
Well, you can as a bonus action, you better order.
Oh, I
Did
didn't
you
think
do
you'd be intelligent enough.
The thing says you can use your bonus action to give it an order.
Yeah, I'll tell the dance
It's up to you.
Through the weasel.
Ladies and gentlemen, my players.
Roll it. Roll performance for the weasel.
Oh, yeah.
With advantage! Nobody's expecting this shit!
Okay.
Roll again.
Hopefully it's high enough you might seduce people.
Oh.
Plus 5 circumstance bonus!
I don't think I don't know what goes to that.
Oh wow, that's rough.
Plus 5 circumstance bonus!
All right. Whoa.
Plus 5, 17.
It's a weasel. We don't really know how to get that.
But they're cute and adorable.
Nice.
Automatic pass.
I'm sorry, have none of you watched Inkheart? Seriously?
I've read
One of the
first
main
book
characters
before.
has these 2 little weasels that run around with him all the time, and every time he gets captured,
They do some crazy shit.
shoot through the ropes, get him climb through the bars and get to it and set free. It's like, no. So today on Inkheart,
Those weasels are
I can't make this shit up, guys. I really can't. So you guys leave. By the way, the driver just shakes his head. It's not happening, son.
Be the next town.
However,
In
he
all
does go to shake your hand. Sleight of hand. Roll it.
Toy's gonna poison you. Good deal of business card.
That is an 11.
Roll
Actually,
it.
you know what? Inspiration.
Yeah.
12!
I said that was cocked. Okay.
22.
Oh, that.
He's favoring you, man. Sorry, son, I don't do that kind of business. Bluff, sleight of hand. Boom.
He says bluff,
I
sleight of
understand.
hand.
and boom.
He's like, I don't do that business. Bluff, sleight of hand.
I understand. I go into the darkness and I stealth. To get back to the hotel.
Okay, they have to try and see if they can find you with disadvantage. Because you're wearing the cloak.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And fucking dark.
They rolled a 5.
27.
5 plus, not enough.
They don't have a. Do they have a plus 22?
Nothing has a plus 22. Plus, it's going to get that high in this game.
What about demo?
I think the highest, like, theirs is like plus 10 to plus 12.
Well, then there's also layer bonuses.
Yeah.
Then you
I
get the
normally
attribute
don't count.
bonus, and then you get layer bonus.
I normally don't
I'm
take
just saying,
into consideration
where
the layer
you
bonus
can't take that
because
high.
every time players are like, oh, we're gonna attack the dragon's lair, be like, insight. I rolled a natural 1. That is not a good idea.
Even with a natural 1.
Even
Don't do it.
the village idiot and drunk overhears you be like, do you guys want to die? I'll hold on to your money for you.
Now he just points over to
I've got a bridge I've got to sell you.
Oh, sure, I always wanted a bridge. No, I just need a troll to stick under it.
You're women in this game hiding, crying under bridges.
Don't tell a boy to rob you.
You got no reference.
Be thankful I deal with an empty day spade.
I'll smack you if you do that again. No. Okay.
I love you, no.
Oh my god.
I won't.
I didn't say anything to him. I was get out of here. I know a shortcut.
So where are you guys going? Since you are all doing the let's beat feet to be not here.
I can't see
The
anything
hotel.
too bad, so I'm following him.
Okay, well, Nick, where are you leading the followers?
Well, how late is it in the day?
Kind of early still, maybe around 1, what would be effectively 1 p.m.
Wait, do they have different times than us?
It's harder to tell time.
It is harder.
Oh, yeah, it's really dark. I was just wondering if they had like different names for like hours and stuff.
We do. The first one is to ask questions.
Still up. Sorry, sad how.
You're a warrior, and you just realized this.
Well, well, I guess I'll take a moment to turn to my comrades.
Well, while I'm stealth, I read the note.
I'm asking, how do we want to handle the folk who keep problems?
Are they trying to kill us?
Eventually.
It's rare. It's not a matter of if they'll do it. It's when they'll find it convenient. And is easily explained.
We should set a trap.
Preferably
No.
outside.
Yeah, outside of town, not inside.
Traps are not picky.
Look like we're Asian sitting back there.
I'm a bird. I won't do well in prison.
Well, I figure.
My face is too pretty for prison.
How many of those skulls can you summon up again? And how long does it take?
Skulls?
Yes.
Well,
And since we can't use my giant skulls.
ritual, so it'll take about 10 minutes.
I have ritual.
Technically, there's no real limit if I do this ritual.
I can cast these sense in
Time.
time with animals.
And resources.
Okay. Would you be able to cast enough?
Did you send some of those?
No, you didn't set any of those up in our. You didn't set any of those up in our hallway.
No, but there are the equivalent of level 3 players standing there guard.
Holy.
I'm just
Yeah,
worried
they
about
live
that.
on level 3s now?
More or less.
At least level 2.
A minimum level 2, I mean.
Yeah.
Almost to that first step.
Minimum level 14.
They have 33 HP, and they do 1d8 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1d6.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, level 3.
About their level 3 character with that.
Would you be able to set up enough skulls somewhere behind us so that they have approach room and your lights will down?
Oh, I forgot to ask the drow that attacked us if they liked our mushroom trap.
They what?
The mushroom trap we set up. One of your skulls that would go up and make
Oh,
one
yeah.
of your mushrooms explode.
Yeah, imagine walking into a hallway with 6 level 3 characters waiting for you.
That has nothing. That have nothing else to live for.
That has nothing else to lose.
No skin.
They had nothing to lose.
They have no skin in the game.
Would you be against me making a female paladin? If my character dies, I can't hit anything, but chooses to be a paladin. Just to be close.
You should take a field trip just outside the city.
Alright.
I've got the trail mix.
Just going back, are you guys going back to your room?
No.
Okay. Stop back. Just in case.
Do we have like a mini bar or
I
anything?
think that reveals to them where you guys are staying, so you know.
Yeah.
I understand why Nick's like, for the reasons of what's supposed to happen today, that'd be a great time to do so, but that's not gonna work, because that puts you guys in a bind really hard, with no other place for you to stay in town. On your way out of town, there's suddenly a group of dwergers that just pop up by the gates. Your presence is requested.
I have no presents to give.
Not those kind of presents.
You didn't tell me it was somebody's birthday.
We didn't know.
We're gonna be terrible guests.
Well, we can always do the whole dancing piece trick.
By the way, the note said, beware the keepers, but trust them or chalk. No, trust the wormsmith.
Wormsmith.
O-R-M.
For a split second, I was like, the
Why?
wordsmith.
W-Y-R-M Smith.
Oh, I was like, worm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Purple
first
worms.
too, and I was like, man, that's.
Your presence is requested. For a task.
Can it wait till tomorrow?
We have been waiting for some time already for a capable group of mercenaries.
We happen to be for hire.
Wonderful.
15 GP a day per head.
Is that all?
That's baseline.
It depends. We'll listen to what the offer is.
You have our attention. We expect payment.
Wonderful. If you'll come with us, we will
We're all healed up, correct?
direct you to our leader.
I was about to say, it'd be like the Goliath team would kind of be bleeding all over.
Yeah, we should be it.
And might I have a name?
Emberchod.
Ember Chong?
Emberchod, the wormsmith.
He knows that.
I don't know the wormsmith's name.
Here's the title. You will follow us to the far southeast corner of the tavern of the city. We can discuss this there.
Can I carry my great axe in one hand like this?
I wouldn't walk to town with your weapon brandished. We don't need to have a repeat of.
You know these
of dead guards.
the Dwerger guards are just waiting for
Dead,
it.
of the guards you killed in the last game. Huh?
They were gonna tell the Jarl.
That was
I was
He
your-
was innocent.
I was trying to knock him out.
Oh, you knocked him out.
Of life.
You knocked him out, and
Hit
his
him with
brains
water.
out too.
His brain,
Like I said, you cleaned out the manure from players.
Oh.
It's okay. He only had a
He
wife
said,
and
I'm
3
gonna kill the
children.
Jarl. I said, no, you're not.
And was 2 days from retirement.
And it was 2 days from retirement.
He only took
Hours.
one arrow to a knee.
I took 9 arrows. With her.
You silly God,
All right.
alimony payments.
I'm
So
not even joking.
you go to the place of Benson's.
Standing outside there is, they introduce themselves. We are the keepers of the flame. Our direct leader is known as, almost got it. Gartokkar. That's the first name, Gartokkar. Last name is Undorn. Xundorn.
Oh shit, okay. Next you.
Zundorn. We are the keepers of the flame. Our task is obviously to keep the flame lit.
So,
We serve the wormsmith.
so it's not an eternal thing.
That's what we have to do. That's torches.
We serve the wormsmith. He would have words with us.
Fair enough. I guess the wormsmith.
As they bring you in, You hear a deep rumbling voice speaking in, of all things, well, what you expect, dwarvish. Ah, these are them. Very well. Huh?
I openly state to everybody, I know fucking clue what he's saying.
As the Dwerger priest leads you to a building carved from the stone just outside a huge cave entrance, the ground trembles slightly, and the thunderous voice echoes against every wall. Gartakar, the voice calls, as a reptilian behemoth comes into view. Its scales the color of lava, its bright eyes glowing in the shadows of the cave before coming into the light. You didn't say I was having circusers for dinner today. The dragon chuckles at his own wit. His massive body gives the distinct impression that he is overweight, indicating eating habits that don't bode well. Foreigners, the Dwerger priest says with great reverence, meet the father of the flame, the ever-burning, the foundry's heart, Themberchaud, the worm-smith of Grapplestug.
What's Grapplestug?
The city you're in.
I'm going to insight to his statement. Natural 20.
He's not planning on eating it.
Oh, it just made a fun.
He made it. This is like,
Because he could.
He's a dragon.
Is he an ancient
dragon?
I didn't have to tell you.
Well, I'm ready.
Your character would know.
Oh,
You're a level 6 adventurer.
Paladin sees
He's like,
this scale master of this forge, and without even realizing he's saying it, utters in his native tongue of Draconic, I am humbled to be in the presence of one such as this.
As you should be. They're arrogant as fuck.
you're bronze?
Yeah, no, I'm,
Yes! And it's just, continue.
still, even in the back of my head, Red Dragon, I'm going to prepare action mage armor, bone armor, and I'm going to ask,
Don't touch his stuff.
where's the... I guess I'm speaking in
It's a wet dragon who did, sorry.
You have me the monster ring, just keep it, you can't quite reach.
Yeah. So you gotta do the 8 minutes to the end, because I would have been.
are you taking the court?
Majesty.
Are you taking court?
I think it's just.
Okay, they're not in common.
Yep.
What, we were told you have a task. You requested us. What is it that you seek?
Yeah, his languages are only common in Draconic, so yeah.
You can learn on your common.
He's a character. I'm assuming he knows dwarf by now.
Oh yeah, Dwarven in that too. It's just, he says to the keepers, leave us now. Anyone left remaining who is not of this party will be turned to ash.
Just grab on someone as they're leaving and hold them. No.
Strength check?
Don't do it.
And you are now neutral people.
As I see you smile. What's one of the warrior?
Lawful neutral?
Yeah, they might.
He is lawful
He
neutral.
even goes as far as to say, leave me alone with the adventurers. Any invisible lurkers that remain will be turned to ash. And if you think for half a second I won't know you're here, think again.
I have things.
I have the truth.
And he says,
Sorry, it's a dragon. I don't.
in a slightly more gentle voice, you'll do the thing when you get back. If you would all be so kind as to favor me with your names, your histories, and how you found yourselves in the Underdark. For I can tell many of you are surface dwellers. I would greatly appreciate it, and then we can get down to business.
My name is Harold Beak, and I have been a mercenary for hire for years. I have stayed in the Underdark because my people are oppressed in the surface world.
Very well. What is your trade?
I am a rogue. I am a spy, a mercenary.
Ah, one who gets into places that others would prefer they not be, for the right reasons, be they lining coin purse or
Indeed.
or that or hovers there a little bit or pray that you do not employ such tactics on my horde. By the way, there's a fucking horde he's laying on. And a hoard, like
I am not stupid enough.
that's his treasure hoard.
I am not foolish enough.
The treasure hoard. Anyone would want to make me a perception to see what they can see in that thing?
I'm just gonna get that out there. I would not be foolish enough to touch Dragon's Hoard.
Oh my god. Yeah. 18.
2. 13.
Come on, Steven.
It's gold.
By the way, I was rolling a heavies these dice before. This is the D20 that almost always rolls.
25.
You are kept at least, the horde keeps you from getting any, within 60 feet of him, but that's not really an issue for him. The horde consists of about what could clearly be estimated over 2,000 flat, nearly 20,000 gold, 45,000 silver, 150,000 copper, several gems. Like, you know, there might be.
Yeah, that's nowhere near as big as I was anticipating.
He's only an adult, actually. He's only an adult, actually.
He's a great dude.
How good dragons here?
Yes.
Yes. When they're in their lair, you fail.
They're cheap.
No exception.
Oh, I'm gonna try and sneak
No,
around.
it's
As I said before, I make sure that, especially with newer people's attention to dragons, when they're like, oh, let's fight the dragon or the lich in their lair. Like, that's not a wise decision.
Excuse me, I'm not going to be part of this suicide. Y'all can make your own pact. Do it
The
all.
passed out droga man at the bar overhears this.
Wait, can I hold your money for you?
I can tell you that, insurance.
Well, I'm not going to need it. Very well. And you, metallic.
Well, considering you know the natural thing, Alex, here.
I'm Taldan Neurixis. I'm
We crafts.
by trade. I follow the paths of cleric and paladin. I found myself traveling with these companions as of late due to events that wound up with me imprisoned in Valkenveld a while back.
Let's see. And you, demon spawn.
Mine is
Oh, he's a red, and I'm playing to it.
yeah.
My name is Nordgor, once of the sorcerer.
Strange name.
I was once a sorcerer.
Who are you now?
Yeah. Yes. I am now a barbarian.
What led you to no longer being a sorcerer?
Not enough fact.
That's it.
I'm gonna stop the baseball.
I openly baseball.
Go on. Tell me more.
I take a piece of that.
That's just Kelly. I'm just kind of.
Tell me more.
I get food. I get some mail.
Details.
Okay.
How you came to no longer be a magic user and Instead, what you are now. Just the disdain and condescending in his voice is just
He
very.
probably knows exactly.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I crouch
He
behind
doesn't.
the
You are
cabinet.
being very suspicious
Insights.
about it.
11. Would he be mad if I told him the truth? Would he accept
You
it?
don't know.
That would be a very high insight roll.
Yeah.
Don't say anything, Drew. Tell me more of how you became to be as you are now.
I had this dream.
Dream, you said.
This very,
Very.
he was a hairy man.
Hairy man. How dreadful.
I don't know why he's into bears.
You say that?
I started laughing my ass off.
Yes.
Go on. Go on.
And
No, go
I
on.
don't know what to say.
Pick something.
You can either. You have two options. You can lie to him, or you can tell him the
I'm
truth.
gonna tell him the truth.
Go for it.
I had a dream of this demon,
Such dreams seem to be commonplace these days.
and he made a deal.
Did he now? Or did you make a deal with him?
I made
What were the terms of your deal?
that I would help him when he has called for my aid.
Has he?
No.
Speak truthfully, for I will know if you lie.
He hasn't.
Are you certain? Are you certain your presence here has nothing to do with his will?
I'm certain.
Very well.
Oh.
Giant kin. It has been some time since I've seen one of your kind, not
I wasn't thinking of trying.
not the stone giant here, or fire giant.
Oh,
Tell me of your tale.
My name is Kilthog Zakua. I am a fighter by trade. I've been a mercenary. How long have I been in the Underdark? I've never actually said that.
At least, let's say, 5 years.
Okay, I've been in the Underdark for 5 years in search of the person who killed my loved ones in the exact venue.
A noble and righteous cause. But one of the big things about red dragons is if you fuck with them, they will come for vengeance. They're gonna come for your head.
Red dragons make amazing allies if you can get to them. It is difficult. I have done it. I do not advise trying.
I also say, if you
It
would
takes a lot
give
of
me
money.
your assistance in this, I would pledge my life to you.
Oh, what?
Would you now?
Yes.
We don't even know
And
it.
how would you wish my assistance?
If we ever come across a battle that I believe we cannot win, may I call for you to help us in the fight?
It is likely I would not be able to respond. My interests in the city keep me here.
That's
If I were to leave, it would not bode well for the city. Let's put it that way.
Even if it was in the interest of the city.
Yes. I would likely. There are things that we might wish to move into the power vacuum here. And if I create it, I will be giving them their opportunity. So unfortunately, any assistance I could render you would be limited to within this city. That said, we will come back to that said after we hear your final companion's words. Greetings, Drow.
Dragon?
Just this look of between the two of them.
Drows and dragons in the Underdark.
Your tale.
I'm a wizard.
Mobile question.
My specialty was called upon me to help House Brigadier.
Ah,
Break the drow of nature.
and that is certainly a process of thought I can get
My skills of insight have led me to find many solutions and make progress.
What is the nature of these solutions?
Usually elimination.
Sometimes that is all that remains when people will not come to the bargaining table.
But genocide is not what I seek.
What is it you seek?
Progress.
Progress is a tricky thing without hindsight's back.
Is where we seek most of it. Wormsmith, tell me of your task.
Well, and I will get back to that. There are reasons I wish to speak to you all without my keepers present. I no longer trust them.
You are wise.
I no longer have faith in them. An event has occurred, heinous crime. A theft, most grievous.
General grievous.
Those who take without permission should not just lose hands.
They should lose lives. I believe that one of the keepers, if not many more, participated in this theft. If they did not serve a purpose to the city, I would see them all dead. We would not be having this conversation. However,
They might not all be done.
no, of course not. But I would rather not kill all of them for the sake of a few who have betrayed me. Are any of you familiar with the Gray Ghosts?
No,
What would that mean?
not at all.
We got a 17.
What would I add to that? Intelligence?
Straight intel.
Oh, I got a 16.
I got a 15. You got minus.
Straight in.
My intelligence is minus 1, so yeah. Yeah.
Let me.
16.
What was the skill you were doing? My brain just decided to just throw everything out.
Knowledge, intel check.
Okay, yeah. DC probably 20.
Holy shit.
I do not know, but I think I would know where to find the information. That's part of the flash rate. It's if I know where to find it.
The Gray Ghosts.
I can look it up later before. If there's a library, you know.
What do you want to say?
Which one did you choose?
The Gray Ghosts are what passes for a thieves' guild, such as it is in this city. They have taken not something so simple as an item from my hoard. They have taken my unhatched heir.
Holy.
Shaolin just growls audibly, his fangs flickering with light.
However, I cannot move on this without proper knowledge. And once again, if I were to leave the city or split my focus, the power vacuum would arise. The power vacuum is when someone, say the king suddenly dies and everyone wants to take over and get all the power. It's space is a vacuum. There's nothing in there, so it just
You
kind
know-
of sucks up everything.
Like the first couple of seasons of Game of Thrones. Oh yeah, that's it.
I haven't seen it either.
So basically, what happens is when someone in power dies, and there's no one is their rightful heir or whatnot. They just kind of everyone fights over it. If everyone fights over it, then it will destroy the city. What I wish for you to do, I make you this offer. Become my agents in the city. You will receive my protection.
I tell him that I will bring their skins back for his wall.
No. We will bring them back alive.
I thank you for your wisdom.
Besides, it would mess up the feng shui.
Now, the first mission I said to you is to do whatever the keepers ask of you. But report to me first. The leader of the keepers, Gartzkar, will be your contact in this. Even him I cannot trust. He will give you badges of gold. You all are done speaking. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Or I just gloss over you having a chance to do that.
Anything interesting other than the general stuff interesting in this art?
Anything that you'd be looking for like that would be underneath. Are you wanting to get closer for an inspection? Okay then!
I'm just looking at the surface level because as soon as I touch it, that I might lose an arm.
Except what the Red Dragon had to say, and thank you for his time, and GTFO.
It's like, well, the getting be good.
You can touch the horde as long as you constantly praise it and do not try to take it. And you add to the horde.
Actually, the book says something very different.
Oh, he's one of those. Okay.
Kaladin's final.
I'll read it to you. The character who tries to get closer receives a friendly warning in the form of a growl, a stare, and claws clicking on the floor. Then Rachad uses his breath weapon on any character who tries again, or who attempts to sneak past it and fails. Then he calmly carries on as if nothing happened.
Translation, you die.
I thought the horde was in between us and him.
He's sitting on it.
Oh.
As is proper draconic.
When you all are done with them, Rachad, you exit the lair to where Garchbar waits to take you to a guardhouse, where the keepers of the flame keep watch. His voice takes on a dark tone. What business did the Rachad have? All of you.
To collect heads and post no questions.
Okay, I just bust out laughing.
Oh, that's so in character. I love it.
Which one is this?
This is their leader,
Oh.
Gartzkar.
He said something about sex slaves. I heard sex slaves.
Kaladin's immediate continuation of that is,
However, we are to assist you in the coming days.
Very well.
How well known is the Wormsmith's power with notifying the populace about?
It's common knowledge.
Okay.
And there's also common knowledge that
Is it common knowledge not to fuck with his followers?
If you wish to. You've been given badges. I'm gonna leave that at that. We're gonna go to the section.
No, I'm gonna be doing some stuff because if I have If I have a part of an organization, then I can throw shit around. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that somewhere where it's clearly visible.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put mine right over my heart on my chest.
I'm gonna put mine in my ribs.
I put mine as a tattoo on my forehead.
Actually, is my guy coming?
I have it hidden under the cloak, but I can easily brandish it.
Yeah.
I just thought.
That's the
I
idea.
always keep mine out.
Wait, where could I even put mine? Because
You're a
I'm not
barbarian.
even
I wouldn't
chained,
expect anything.
So just pinch my chest.
As my beautiful barbarian in our first Extra Life campaign, oh, you're wearing a cloak of a very well-known bunch of thieves, and you're gonna go into a city? Yes, with it flowing in the wind on my chariot.
No. It's meant need a moment.
I love that.
This chapter is not laid out properly, and it's telling
Yeah,
you refer to sidebar, yes.
I remember you talking about how like every DM hates this chapter.
I've been using a guide I got off of the DM's Guild, and that's been helping me, but
They really should have it like you said, section inside each one numbers, really. So you to go to section.
well, some of them have
16.
page numbers for me, you know.
They should all have page numbers.
No, I mean the guide that a player created.
Apparently, Tomb of Annihilation is very well written.
I think the next one we're planning to do.
I haven't actually delved into it yet, though.
If there's some time, we're on chapter 5 of like 16.
We're only on chapter 5.
Considering this, if you remember before the first section, we said that we were expected to start from level 1 and be level 15 every time.
You're already level 6. And you started at level 2. Working for either the Stone Guard or the Keepers of the Flame grants characters a degree of freedom in graphic stuff as they can show the insignia given to them by each faction if they are detained. At least one character in the party must succeed on a DC 14 Charisma Persuasion check to convince Dwerger not to detain the party any longer. The characters who show the insignia have advantage on the check. So basically, somebody fucks with you, you can be like, I have authority, respect it.
Like, so I can ask invisible people to leave.
So you can leave now, or I can go to Themberchaw. Fuck off. Anyone still here? No? Great.
There's anybody still here would be
So we don't-
ashamed
we
if
still
the
don't stand
wormsmith heard of you interfering with his.
You just walk up, stab someone in the neck, and flash her badge.
No. That's
different.
That's a murder.
Yeah. See, I kind of figured. But
Now, if you could work a story and make that charisma 14 check to say he was plotting against the wormsmith, well, you might have a prayer of a chance.
He doesn't think you're lying.
there's
You
no
check time.
witnesses. There's no witnesses.
We still have about half an hour.
Cool.
Means I need to be prepared to use Shadow of Death.
Shadow of Death.
Yes.
What's that?
So basically, it's a 1d12 necromancy spell.
Uh-huh.
However, by corruption, DC 21 to keep from being stunned.
You have to.
No,
Oh, they have to.
they have to.
Oh, yeah.
So it's literally, I do,
Okay.
it's level 1. But it's basically just a and they fall to the ground.
The more I look into your necromancy spells, be like, I wish that's how it actually was in the game. Because
Yeah.
right now, necromancers are just, they're really weak.
Yeah.
They have a very specific niche. That's it.
So,
It's one of those, oh look, you're in an undead campaign. You're gonna be really useful. Anywhere else, people hate you.
So Gargano explains to you that recently we have sensed a great disturbance in the Underdark. Felt like a hole having been torn through the world. That's all we know.
This is the
Leader of the Keepers. Yep. By the way, you guys made your knowledge on the Keepers, so they're psionic as fuck.
That's cute.
So even on the psionic side of things, they felt it.
It's,
Psionic is mental, like using your mind magic. Charles
The
Xavier
original
was
Force
tough.
before the
Yeah.
bullshit.
Did they read our minds then? Is there psionic?
Not everybody.
Not
That's a pretty high level spell to read people's mind. Actually, no, it's like.
and they're mostly psionic because the Dwerger themselves are psionic. They're also clerics, so you know you've got a group of psionic clerics.
They're all clerics.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not that kind of cleric. So Nick's character doesn't hate all religious folk. He just hates drow religious folk. Well, law revering.
For they considering who they work for, they some of them, if not many of them, probably want the Catholic Forge clerk.
No. Well, maybe.
Considering their job.
They don't really go into that for me. So
I mean, that would be my guess.
it is my fear. It is my fear that the Grey Ghosts have taken whatever they have taken from their child, who harms Smith. They plan to use in some nefarious plot. All we know is that they've taken some powerful magic. We've identified a Grey Ghost agent, Zera, named Broken. Droki.
Any distinguishing features?
He carries messages and supplies for the Thieves Guild, and he uses the West Cleft to contact his employers.
Is he always alone?
Generally,
Do you know his route?
Do you know of any locations that tend to sit private, which could be used for large rituals?
I'm here.
You said an item of great power was taken.
yes.
As of late, House Mizram is working on controlling and releasing demons upon this world.
That's probably him.
Seems a bit much for any one family of the Drow.
Is this accurate for him? This is a huge.
Yeah, probably.
He's not quite there.
That's the large. It doesn't have. That's what pisses me off. It doesn't have their age,
Yeah.
which is what everybody goes for. Because
So
ancient is gargantuan.
many fools will attempt to do great things, even if it is outside of their power to accomplish.
An adult is huge.
It's just something to keep in mind for those who seek to do nefarious acts.
There's his heart.
The size of the giant.
Yeah.
The location of which can be concealed is large enough to perform such a ritual.
There might be one place that I can think of. They're known as the Whirlstone Tunnels.
Does he have any really distinguishable features to set them apart from the other groups? Zero.
He supposedly wears a fancy jacket, a wide-brimmed hat with 2 tentacles from a displacer piece sewn into the hat's crown. A large satchel hangs from his shoulders, and he's always muttering to himself. Some of the merchants have said they caught sight of him once or twice in the market, but any attempts to pursue him come to nothing. We
Most likely.
That's where I just thread. Fuck, I forgot that. Sidebar thing. When you guys were talking to the zone speaker, he mentioned a merchant who does shit with, potential surface travel.
Oh, that's good to know.
The threads all tie together for finding broken. So, thing I forgot to mention. Sorry about that.
That's okay. At least it's not accidentally not telling people how to kill something when they succeeded the check to actually learn how to kill something.
Listen, you did that?
No.
What?
It happens for DMs, especially homebrew.
Okay, yeah. Fair
You don't have everything memorized.
Unfortunately, for my little last bit,
Can you hand me a DMG?
for civilian group, those was my D&D campaign. They face dove into the pit of the 3 liches.
Uber liches.
In my world, they're regular liches, they're low-level liches.
Compared to the monster manual, they're a little stronger.
No, they're monster manual liches.
I mean, well, we didn't actually get to fight.
But yeah, you didn't even get to fight them.
Damn it.
Died when they landed?
Yeah, it's one of those things where when they went through the portal into their demi-plane, they didn't realize what happened. And
You look up and it looked like 10 feet. When you drop, it felt like 50.
Behind us.
oh no, it's
Or no,
quite the
no,
opposite.
Yeah.
You drop and felt like it was 10, but you look up and realize it was more like 50.
It was another dimension.
All right, so
Fucking damn.
Forgot.
That wasn't Daniel.
dude, no. That's none of that was Daniel's. Daniel very, very, very quickly excused himself from that, as I'm not doing that. That should have been that big clue of, yeah, you really shouldn't be doing this. About that. It's not
Daniel's
bitches.
scared.
He wasn't scared.
He knew it was.
It wasn't prepared.
No,
That's one of those.
Okay. The common rule for a wizard is this: give a wizard enough time and they can do anything.
But he's not.
And yes, he is.
So he can't cast magic.
Yes, he can.
He creates items that cast magic. And an
That's still casting magic.
expensively fast rate.
You do not under. Daniel was effectively a 20th level wizard. I'm going with effectiveness here for reference. If I start talking about level 37 wizard, only Steve and me and you will get what I'm talking about.
Fair enough.
37.
Intellect 33.
That's gross.
I miss not
I
having
can't wait
that.
till I can get my strength.
That's
to
considered
24.
low.
Yeah.
In 3.5, that's low.
AJ, I can't wait till I can get my +7 to strength.
Oh, really?
I love it.
No, it doesn't make your strength 24. It makes the cap 24. You can't just be at 10 strength and then all of a sudden you're 24.
10 strength. No, you have to be at 20. And then.
Now.
So I want to strength.
There are a great many other things that are going on in town that may coincide with the search for trophy. But
What's his name? Drunky?
trophy, Troki. I might suggest gathering yourselves. Taking the time to make preparations. The Worldstone tunnels can be a dangerous place.
What are some things we may expect there? What makes the world so perilous?
Strange lights. People coming and going that should have no business there. There's been reports of a cult. And if Droki is to be found in there, then that would also make it a possible hideout for the Grey Ghosts. There's great much we don't know, but that is what we do know.
Sounds like our ticket.
There is also a merchant Pinsack that has been dealing with strange form. Yes, Pinsack. She has a first name, but it's spelled Y-L-S-A, and I find Pinsack is just easier to say.
Yes. Pen stack.
That's
Yeah.
why Seal Sarah.
What's the first name spelled?
Y-L-S-A. She's, as the keepers, we kind of work hand in hand with the forces of the Deep King, the guards at Denvershire. So it has been brought to our attention that for some reason, the Darrow have been coming across coinage from the surface.
Coinage.
Yes, like gold.
Gold.
Stamped with things that are from the surface kingdoms.
So our gold piece doesn't matter.
No, they do, because gold is gold no matter where you go.
What's the gold standard?
It's just, she may be able to give you more information, and if and who knows what she might be able to offer you in recompense for your actions of discovering the nature of this circuit board coinage.
And how may she? I'm really confused now. How may she assist us?
She is a merchant.
Okay.
What's in his name?
It has
And it's a human head.
son of a bitch.
I didn't follow the line of logic in that sentence there.
She has been known to help others and to plot and to make trips to the surface.
Oh, okay. So she may be able to assist us in getting this.
Yes. If you can assist her with the task.
Where's Graces?
Down home, man.
Was she the dragon?
What task is this?
She was up there with the
The
dragon.
task, she is trying to discover where the surface coinage is coming from. But
Oh, okay.
it's the Darrow who have it. You know, second-class citizens of the city.
Okay.
So where are they getting it from? Because there's a surface link somewhere, and they're like, we don't know where the fuck it is. And if we need mercenaries to look into this thing, there's probably other things for mercenaries to look into. Generally, the idea of if there are surface formers stuck in the Underdark, they don't want to be here any more than anyone else does. But unlike everyone else in the Underdark, this circus is home for you guys, for some of them. Hey, if Driz can do it.
Zenith, really. Fair enough.
Might behoove you as well to take a moment to gather yourselves, rest, and get more intel before approaching the World Storm Tunnels.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is there a place here that we may be able to rest?
In our facility.
Yes, just for the evening.
Yeah. I suppose we can make arrangements for that. Yes. Did you not already have accommodations, or are they suspect?
We like to change our tracks occasionally.
It's wise at times. Very well. I will see quarters made available.
Thank you. I simply kind of
Okay. It's gonna cost them something to do all this.
Yeah.
It's not free. I mean,
We're new guys here.
We're new people, and if we don't pay our way,
people will look,
people will start looking down upon us very quickly.
not only that, but it'll draw attention to you. Why will it draw attention to you? Because you just suddenly showed out of nowhere, nobody knows who you are, everybody's gonna start asking questions, and the drow will be more than happy to tell them exactly who you are. They're my slaves.
Fuck them.
That's exactly how that will play out.
Wait, oh, the drow even after me? Since Chris,
You're guild by association.
Okay, so I guess I was never even in prison or anything. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sweet, is there like dynamite and TNT stuff in D&D or no?
And she laughs.
Oh.
I got something. What have you blown up?
All right, and that is where we're going to end the stream for now.
Okay.
Sounds good. We'll catch you guys in the next stream.
Yep. 20 seconds. No.
No, we have something.